What's good, everybody? We're just gonna get some tech stuff together, and we'll get started right at 7 o'clock. I appreciate you showing up. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the very first TED Talk Space Live Listen and Learn. Uh, we just testing out some tech stuff real quick, and we're gonna go on and get into it. We're gonna pray to the tech gods that everything works as it should, right? I appreciate you coming. I hope you got a base, some questions, some cool comments, whatnot. I will probably say it again, but I want to thank Anton Bradley for becoming a member of the TED Talk Space family, the blue collar base family. That's what we do around here. Round here. Round here. You remember that song by Dave Matthews? Anyway, I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. Everybody, welcome to the very first ever TED Talks Bass Live Listen and Learn. I am your host. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted and I talk bass. I've been a professional bass player for more than 20 years. I started playing when I was about 13 years old. I've been a musical director on 3 coasts. That'd be the East Coast, the West Coast, and the Gulf Coast, and also over in Thailand. I spent 8 years, I think about 8 years, with Zigaboo Modaliste, the legendary funk drummer of the group Meters, the Meters. I had a very, very short stint with 80s and 90s pop icon Jody Watley. And I hope you guys are able to see these slides, because, you know, I've really worked on these slides. Let's see. If you can't see the slides, I'm really sorry about that. That's one of those tech things that we'll have to work out. Things happen, and you know, we learn as we go. Anyway, I spent about as I mentioned before, I spent a long time with Zigaboo Modaliste. I've worked with Dr. Fink from the Revolution, Levi Caesar from the MPG. I was a teacher, music teacher, and music tech teacher for 11 years. But more importantly than that, I have played countless blue-collar bass gigs. And what do I mean by blue-collar? What do I mean by blue-collar bass? I mean that... hang on one second, my friend. I'm gonna fix this because these slides are important to me. Haha. So let's do this. Look at that. Won't he do it? As I was saying, I have played countless blue-collar bass gigs. And what do I mean by blue-collar bass gigs? I mean those gigs where you show up with no rehearsals, no set lists, weddings, corporate events, just those casuals, those types of gigs. And for the better part of the last 5 years, I've been in my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana, in what I like to call the Boiler Room, being Bourbon Street, Frenchman Street. If you've ever been down here, you know that we play long hours for not always a lot of money, but it's always a good time. So, what is the live listen and learn? I believe that the best way to learn music is by ear. It's not the only way to learn music, but it's definitely, in my opinion, the best way. And here's what I'm talking about. Here's why I think that. We learn to speak, whatever our native language is, we learn to speak through listening and mimicking or covering the voices around us, mom, dad, siblings, cousins, right? In the United States, it is 6 years before we go to school and get visual representations of the things that we've already been saying and we've been sharing ideas and all those things. So, but we start by, learning by ear, and music is really no different. So the way that this show works is that a random song will be selected every single week, and you're going to be a part of that process. I'll let you know how that works in just a moment. But there's no prep whatsoever. The only prep that has been done is I've obtained the song and put the song into Songmaster Pro to separate stems. If you've watched my channel, you know I've talked about Songmaster Pro quite a bit. It is by far the best tool on the market today for getting isolated bass tracks, a phrase trainer, key trainer, charts, hands down the best thing going. There is an affiliate link in the description of this video where you can try that software for 14 days. So along this journey, you're going to get valuable insights to learning songs and bass grooves by ear. These are techniques that I've been using since I started playing bass way back in 1983, and these techniques are the techniques used by professional musicians, regardless of the instrument, all over the world. Sometimes I will get stumped. Sometimes my ears will work. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes I'll have to say, you know what, I'm going to go on and I need to take this and get in the shed. So how can you get involved? Listen, we appreciate every amount of support that you give. You can support by through super chats, by saying thanks through super chats. But here's the fun part. For one $5 minimum super chat plus a song request, that song request will go into a raffle to be tackled next week, where I will learn that song, teach that song or that bass groove to you live, right? I'll give you show you what I'm thinking and all that stuff. $10 will get you 2 entries, $15, 3 entries. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, it goes without saying, please do all the things. You can follow me on Instagram at Son of a Bass, Facebook, TED Talks Bass, here on YouTube. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe, hit that bell icon. I cannot really watch the chat and do all this at the same time. A couple of the homies are mods in the chat right now, and so they're helping out, and longtime friends, family, supporters of TED Talks Bass. And so I'm really, really thankful to have Fleece and Wayne down there helping out with that. And if you feel like the video, the live stream, or any of my content is share worthy, I appreciate if you go on and share it. I'm just happy you're here. Now, before we get started, I have started a new thing on Teachable, the blue collar bass camp. And what this is a living repository of the most gigged songs. There's a new song I'll put, or more, that I'll put up every single week. And the reason I've done that is really because, it's tough to like really get into the meat and potatoes of a tune on YouTube, right? And copyright restrictions and things like that make it kind of stifling. So, not that I don't love YouTube, not that I won't continue to put content here on YouTube. I will, but over there on bluecollarbass.com, you'll be able to get some more stuff. I am building the plane as I fly it, and but I think you'll dig it over there. So, without further ado, like the way I said that, adieu. We're gonna tackle "We're a Winner" by The Impressions. 1967. The bassist is Lenny Brown. Now, here's that whole tech thing. Let's see. We're going to close this. There's Songmaster Pro, my favorite. Let's go on and get a better window happening here. What's up, y'all? There you are. Also, you have to know, if you want to grab yourself a TED Talks Bass t-shirt, I think they're in the merch tray below. We got these... it's a rather sexy mug. It's a rather sexy mug. I'm just saying. Also, fun tip. If you microwave coffee, not that you should microwave coffee, but you know, and with my emotions. So, we just gonna hope for the best. As a matter of fact, I know what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna kill one of these screens. We build the plane while we're flying it. We don't let anything distract us or take us off of our mission. That's what it is. That's what it is. So I'm gonna turn off the screen mirroring here. And we should be good to go. All right. We're a winner. Oh, what I'm saying about the coffee. If you microwave the coffee like I did today, and it's super hot, and so you decide to put an ice cube in the coffee, don't do that. Do not do that, because the coffee will explode. I found that out the hard way. You would think a man of my experimentation and thing would get that, but I'm a glutton for punishment. All right, so here we go. We're gonna tackle this song again, just so you know. I cannot look at the chat. I will have a Q&A portion towards the end, and we can wrap questions and all that stuff. So I guess this might also be a decent time to show you some of the features of Songmaster Pro. It's not a Songmaster Pro tutorial. I have put the song in here. I'm familiar with the song. I've never played it live. I've never studied the bass line or anything like that. I have muted the vocals, guitar, and everything other than the bass and drums. The reason for that is because YouTube will demonetize the video and may even remove it or give me a copyright strike. We can't have that. So I do know that the beginning, let's go to the beginning. May need to restart this. I'm going to restart this. Stuff happens. We do not get flustered. There we go. So I'm looking at the waveform and being a little bit familiar with the song. Like, I can see the waveform. The vocal is going to start here, but there's 4 bars, 4 bars before the vocal. So just loop this section. Before we do that, let's talk about this pickup. That's I don't have perfect pitch, right? I don't even know if I have relative pitch. I'm not one of those superhumans, but I have a voice. One of the things that I always suggest is that you use your voice. And that shape, the shape of that sound, I've played it enough to know that it is. Anyway, we'll talk about those connections to different soul songs, but that's a very common shape. So that's the first thing I hear. From the 5, we're going to D. I can also see on Songmaster Pro that there's a D7 there. I want to talk real quickly about Songmaster Pro and how the chords, this is AI, right? And so the chords will be like some semblance of correct, right? Sometimes they are spot on. Sometimes they are a little goofy, but you can go in there and edit them, right? But I know that's D, right? There's the root, that D. That shape is so common. You will see it so much, right? For those of you who want the actual notes, that's A, B, D, A, D. Not A, D, B, D, A, B, D, B, D. It almost sounded funny for a second. Now we're gonna get into the groove, and let me loop it right there. What I'm looking for is repetition, right? When we talk about groove, you know, I was looking at a video today about groove. To me, all music has a groove. It's not just urban music. It's not just R&B or soul music. All music has a groove, and there's a lot of things that make up groove, right? But I think about groove as a repetitive motif, something that you can hang your hat on and always come back to. Like even non-musicians will, you know, if you ask them what the groove to Brick House is or Kiss or something like that, they'll be able to tell you, even though they might not exactly know what they're listening to. Having said all that, I'm listening for repetition. Okay, that's enough to dissect right there. I should also say that in any AI tool that separates stems like this, depending on the recording, it's not always going to sound like super clean. I forgot to mention also, my air conditioner is on the fritz, so there's some air, a hiss here. It's hot, so I need the fan. All right, I can't run the portable AC because it's too loud, but I need the fan. So, right off the bat, I'm hearing 1, 6, 5. Truth be told, you can think about it. It's not, the 2 is not there, but if I think 1, 6, 5, 1, 6, 5, thinking about the D major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see what I'm saying? Or 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's 2, right? That E. 1, 6, 5. Why am I talking about roots? Because all that stuff that you hear in between is connecting the dots to those, you know, to those roots. If we think about the roots as the dots and all the other movement that you hear in the line being your pencil lines getting you to that next part. So boom, 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 boom. Classic R&B, you hear that a lot. You hear that in right? One of the things, you know, some people ask, well, how can you show up to a gig and just play, because it's all the, you know, it's like, think about it like this. Every word that we speak in English, those of us who are native English speakers, the English alphabet has 26 letters. Every word that we speak, it doesn't matter how we speak it, every word I'm saying right now, etc., comes out of the same 26 letters, right? So we start to build vocabulary. You've heard this before. And then the octave. Instinctively, without even studying the bass line, I already know that that's where that's going, right? Or an open A. Ah. Now, let's see what gets us back into that D, right? So really, we're looking at 4 measures here, right? 4 bars, but it's really a 2-bar. It's really a 2-bar loop, right? That's just extended to 4 bars. Now, you have to forgive me for looking at my phone. I just want to make sure that I, you know, as this is sort of the inaugural live stream, and this will happen every Wednesday at 7 p.m. CST. I just need to see what this is looking like on Facebook. You know what I'm saying. So anyway, we got this 2-bar thing. Measure 3 and measure 2 and forgive me, measure 1 and measure 3 are exactly the same. I'm actually going to zoom out a bit more. This is one of those things that really attracted me to Songmaster Pro, was the ability to get really, really granular and really see a part. So ba-boom. That's F sharp, which would be, for you theory buffs, would be the major third of that D7. So we're going to the F sharp. Boom, boom, ba-dum. So what I'm hearing, the bass part is a little bit muddy, but I'm hearing a walk up to the 5, a chromatic walk to the 5, which would be A. Remember, let's pretend. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're adding the G and the G sharp to walk up to that 5, which is A. Now I'm thinking about the rhythm. I want to get the rhythm right. So for a bass line like this that is simple, in the shed, I would just take that, loop it around. Let's open up the bottom here, get some drums happening, and I'm just gonna groove with that bass part. I'm gonna check the chat in just a second before moving on to the next part. Woo. Before we do that, anything. Listen to the kick drum. The kick drum right at the beginning. If you wanted to take, like, I don't want to like leave anybody out or make assumptions about anybody's skill level or anything like that, but check this. I'm just going to play the D along with that kick drum. All I did was add that. Now I'm going to add that 6, which is the that B, or I can add it. I can add it here because the B is there. I'm gonna add the F sharp. Now I'm gonna add the other walking lines. So you can tell when I lose concentration, right? Or when I just need to like slow it down. That is when if you ever heard me talk about bass playing as like a meditation, if I pretended that you guys were not here at all, right? That's what I'm thinking. I was thinking I wanted to do another fingering. So, yes, learning this part, right? And now as the part gets more ingrained, then I start hearing other things. And also thinking like, well, what is it that I'm trying to execute? If I can't execute it, then that would be something that I would obviously practice, right? So I just thought in the lyrics of this song, I'm going to play it in a second, the language that they used back in those days. We're going to go on to the verse. We're a winner. I think that verse starts about right here. Right here. I have to solo this vocal real quick.
We're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way.
That man said, cause a feeble mind. Who says that? Could you imagine in 2024 if somebody said, cause a feeble mind is in your way? Feeble. Oh God, please don't let me say anything that's going to get me canceled or in trouble. Okay. You know, I even want to do this. Let's see. I might not get in trouble for this. I might not get in trouble. We'll see.
We're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way. Lord, we're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way. Lord, we're a
See, I'm screwing up that. I'm goofing on that part. I'm being silly. Let me focus here. Sons, biz.
We're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way. Lord, we're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way. Lord, we're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way. Lord, we're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause a feeble mind is in your way. Lord, we're a winner, and never let anybody say.
Okay. I think I got it. Y'all get them likes up. Get them likes up. I'm having fun. And I hope that you are too. And I hope that you will tune in. Also, Brisbane, Australia. See, I peeked at the chat. As soon as I start peeking at the chat, hey, man, Marky Boy, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate it. Faux show. So let's get into this B section. To the best of my knowledge, this song only has 2 sections. So we're going to go on and look at this. Man, I'm telling you, as soon as I saw Songmaster Pro, I was just like, yo, this is the truth. Because check this out. It has, wherever there's a new section, I know that there's a change right here. And those are fully editable. And if I want to, I just want to show you this real quick. All these options to modify the sections, the charts, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we're going to go back here. Okay. So that's a short little break. No more tears every time. And we're moving on up. Moving on up. That is the same groove as before. Don't say nothing about my singing, or I'm coming to your house. I'm not going to come to your house, but you know what I mean. All right. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. 1 to 4. Here's a fun fact. A lot of times, like, I can remember fishing for notes. Notes are not always as far away as you think they are. Okay, all that's like right up in here, right? Now I know that. If I eliminate that, right? And I also know that Western music, particularly the chord movements, are typically in fourths. What's the fourth of D? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's G. Now I want to suss this out. Here's where I need to take a little time. Tell your friends about this live stream every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. You're going to see behind the scenes. Sometimes, like I said before, sometimes I will struggle with something. Sometimes I will have to listen to something over and over and over again. But that is the struggle that people go through. And then we build up the technique, right? Our ears get better over time. But don't. Now, to that point, it was easy to go to B, in sort of instinctively, right? Why would there be another arbitrary, like, just out there note besides what we've done before? In this music right here. Boom, ba-dum. Let's see where he's going. So I'm hearing D, B, C, boom, boom, de-goom, goom. Boom, 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 boom. I think you could approach that with an open A or closed A, but the open A seems better, more efficient. So let's put that all together. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that whole thing right there. Bump, bump, bump. D, G, dead note to the B. sharp, D, D to that G. So let me try that again. Think about it a little bit. Oh, concentrate, Ted. I 100% wholeheartedly disagree with Jeff Berlin and his assessment of no metronomes. I think it's complete hogwash to a point. I think he has a certain point. And I will always say this. I respect Jeff. I respect his career. He's a very nice man. I understand what he's saying about starting off something without a metronome. So for instance, if you're watching this, I would say, no, don't put time on just yet, right? But you still have to have some sense of time. Feel me? You smell what I'm stepping in? You still got to have some sense of time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That metronome, if for people especially who don't have that sense of time, need that. And then when you start building up the tempo, the metronome keeps you honest. I've spoken my piece. Don't have Jeff come looking for me. Somebody please pick something from Memphis for next week. You know what I mean? Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you can support the channel via super chats. You can get your song in a in the raffle for next week to be picked. If there's a song that you've been working on that you like, damn, I really want to know how to play that, then let's get it going. Let's get it going. So anyway, those are the main parts. Let's just listen. I'm going to shut up and we're going to listen a little bit. Take the loop off and see if there's something that sticks out that's just like really, really different. Same bass line. Nothing changed. Woo, woo, there's something different. But we've heard this. All that's added there is that A. Where did he put that? I lost the part. So instead of going, in place of that, Ah, we got this bridge. We got this bridge part. Fleece, how could you let me forget the bridge part, broski? I have to blame it on someone but besides myself, right? So let's get in here. Boom boom ka-dunk dunk 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 dunk. Ooh, we can't end this live stream without talking about this section. We must talk about this section. Is that a flat 7? Okay, it's short. It's short. It's very short. And then we're back into the main groove. So let's tackle this, man. So we went 1 flat 7. We're going to the 4. We're going to the 4. And we see that with this G here. Again, I get real granular with this section here. Let's make it larger. Boom, 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 boom. What was that? That's an odd bird in there. That sounds like a G sharp. Boom, boom, ba-dum. Okay, we're landing on that C. We're going up to that 5, so we got a chromatic thing. Huh? Boom, boom, ba-dum. I'm gonna slow it down, way down. Y'all see me sweating? What I do for the fans. What I do for the fans. I'm kidding. No, that's an A. Ooh. Not as hard as I was making it. Let's hear what it sounds like leading into that. Dum dum. Sorry. I don't have. I will have it, but. Ah. Next part. G7, octave G, lower octave. I did a like a dead note on the A string. Ah. Come on, Ted. There's that G dominant 7, or that, yeah, the G, G dominant 7 shape. Boom, boom, dum, dum, dum. Then we're right back into the main thing. Right back into the main thing. So we're running short on time. You know, for a first go and a inaugural, who can say that? I give you $5 if you can say that yourself. Inaugural. Did I just say it right? I think I did. Anyway, that was fun. And again, rain or shine every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I want to say Anton Bradley, thanks again for becoming a member. I'm going to stick on here. We got a few more minutes. But happy to hear questions. Take questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff. I also want to say, yeah, man, join me over at the Blue Collar Base Camp. That's bluecollarbase.com. Like I said, building a plane while I'm flying it, but we're going to have some fun over there. We're going to go have some deeper dives into songs in a way that I cannot do here on YouTube. Dang, y'all just came in here with the comment. Oh, Andrew, I am not in Thailand at the moment. I'm not in Thailand at the moment. I will be back in Thailand in short order, but I'm not there at the moment. Oh, you guys should, if you haven't checked it out, also you should check out Prince at the NAACP Awards. One of my favorite televised performances with that cat. It's got Frank McComb that does this song. Frank McComb does this song during that performance. Staying on until 8 o'clock. That's the commitment. That's the commitment. We'll get some of the other tech gremlins worked out for next week. Y'all know what time it is next week? It's Wednesday, 7 p.m. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know what else is? I don't play P-Bass very often. And while I was over in Thailand, I did put this in a case. But these flats, boy, these flats be sticky. Sweet stick thing. You just go from man to man. Brain freeze. Now, what I'm going to do selfishly is after we get off here, I'm going to continue to shed on this tune. That is what I'm going to do. Listen, y'all, you're a quiet bunch today. It is 7:57. Tell a friend, Wednesday, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. If you send a song request along with a super thanks, or I will leave this video up, right? I don't think it's totally fair that I do song tutorials all the time for free. But you go on and throw something in the tip bucket, we'll put your song request in the hat for next week. Again, it will be a blind listen, right? You just think it's me and you. Me. Look at me. I'm the captain. No. It's warm. So, just so you know, I'm going to kill these 2 minutes by telling you a short story. That when I came back from Thailand, I came back and discovered that my central air was out of Freon. Maybe not out of Freon. Maybe a worse problem than that, but we won't even talk about it. It always breaks down in the summertime, right? And so I went and, I said, no, I'm not paying that kind of money. So we got one of those portable ACs. But that sucker is loud. It's loud. It is loud. How often am I in Thailand? As often as I need to be. I tell you what, though, I love the Kingdom of Thailand. Let me tell you, they got a good thing going on over there, boy. Good thing going on over there. All right, friends. We're going to wrap this up. Again, sincerely, appreciate y'all. If you want to show your love, if you want to support this channel, you can do that in several ways. There is a link in the description below this video for Songmaster Pro. You can try it out for 14 days. If you are a learning musician, I don't care what your instrument is, Songmaster Pro is the absolute best thing going. There's merch. There's a merch tray down there. And some other cool stuff. If you click any of the affiliate links, you make a purchase, buys me a cup of coffee, and helps to keep the content going. So, as always, my friend, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. 2 fingers.